There is a saying that goes, when the drum beat changes, the dance must change too. A wise reminder that old habits die hard, but clinging to them can force painful adjustments when the rhythm of progress demands it. In Anambra State, that drumbeat shifted dramatically when traders at Onitsha Main Market took to the streets in protest against Governor Chukwuma Soludo's one-week closure of the bustling commercial hub, a direct response to their continued observance of the Monday sit-at-home order, despite repeated government directives to end it. Welcome to Confirm Street News. Now waiting we hear with a report, but be sure say na confirm. Abeg, your support for this channel is important to us. A simple click on the subscribe button gives us morale to bring you confirmed news. The demonstration on Tuesday, January 27, 2026, turned the usually vibrant streets into a scene of chants and placards as hundreds voiced frustration over lost livelihoods and questioned the governor's authority to shut down what many see as their private means of survival. The trouble began on Monday, January 26th, when Governor Soludo made an unscheduled visit to Onitsha Main Market and found shops locked and business at a standstill, in clear defiance of the state's push to abolish the Monday sit-at-home practice. Declaring the continued observance as economic sabotage with no legal backing, Soludo immediately ordered the market's closure from that day through Saturday, January 31st, warning that failure to resume full operations, including on Mondays, would trigger a harsher one-month shutdown starting February 2. He stressed that the sit-at-home, which began in 2021 under the indigenous people of Biafra to protest the detention of their leader Nnamdi Kanu, was no longer justified given improved security in Anambra, and that the state could not allow self-inflicted punishment to persist. The governor emphasized that Onitsha Main Market, as government property, must lead by example in restoring normalcy, and he urged traders to disregard calls for continued closures. By Tuesday, the response from traders was swift and visible. Hundreds marched through major streets in Onitsha, from the main market down to the upper Iweka axis, chanting slogans like "Say No to Monday" and carrying placards with messages such as "Show us the law, Soludo." Some protesters also called for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, linking their grievances to the broader separatist cause. The demonstration remained largely peaceful, with no reported violence or clashes with security operatives who were deployed to monitor and maintain order. Traders expressed deep satisfaction, arguing that the closure unfairly punished everyone, guilty or innocent, and disrupted their ability to earn a living, with some incurring debts and facing spoilage of perishable goods. One trader voiced surprise that the governor could unilaterally shut down businesses over personal choices not violating any known law, while others questioned why the state was weaponizing markets against its people. If you are following these tense developments in Nigeria's southeast, where economic survival clashes with efforts to end lingering security fears, please hit that like button now, drop a comment with your thoughts on balancing authority and livelihoods, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you stay updated on how this unfolds. This protest unfolds against the backdrop of a deeply entrenched sit-at-home tradition in the southeast, initiated by IPOB in 2021 to coincide with Kanu's court appearances and demand his release. What started as targeted protest has evolved into a weekly disruption, costing the region billions in lost revenue and crippling daily commerce, agriculture, and small businesses. In Anambra, Governor Soludo's administration has taken a firm stance against it, assuring residents of enhanced security, deducting salaries from absent civil servants on Mondays, and now enforcing closures on non-compliant markets. Onitsha Main Market, one of West Africa's largest commercial centers, serves as a critical artery for interstate trade, supplying goods to millions across Nigeria. Its weekly paralysis has ripple effects far beyond Anambra, affecting supply chains, prices, and livelihoods nationwide. The government's position is clear. The practice undermines investment, emboldens criminals by projecting insecurity, and amounts to self-sabotage in a state working to attract business and development.
Governor Soludo, during his market visit, reiterated that no law mandates Monday closures and that Anambra people should not continue punishing themselves amid relative calm. The state's Commissioner for Information, Dr. Law Mefo, reinforced this by warning of disciplinary measures for non-compliance and affirming that the sit-at-home lacks legal recognition. Security agencies, including police, have assured the public of protection for lives, property, and shops during the closure, maintaining that the situation remains calm and under control. In response to threats or counter-directives, such as calls to defy the order, the governor dismissed any resistance, noting that the market belongs to the state and enforcement starts there to set an example for other markets. The implications are far-reaching. Economically, the week-long shutdown inflicts immediate hardship on traders, with potential spoilage, lost sales, and increased debts, while the threat of escalation to a month-long closure could devastate families and ripple through national trade networks reliant on Onitsha. Socially, it highlights deep divisions between those who cling to the sit-at-home out of lingering fear, solidarity with Kanu, or distrust of authorities, and those who see ending it as essential for progress and safety. Politically, the protest tests Soludo's resolve to enforce policies aimed at reclaiming public spaces and boosting investor confidence in a region scarred by past insecurity. Security-wise, while the protest stayed peaceful, any perceived heavy-handedness risks inflaming tensions or drawing in more actors, though current deployments appear focused on de-escalation. Public sentiment is mixed. Many traders and observers view the closure as overreach, punishing innocent people alongside the defiant and ignoring the human cost of lost income. Some, including business groups like the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, have urged reconsideration and dialogue with stakeholders to find sustainable solutions without prolonged disruptions. Others support Soludo's tough approach, arguing that the sit-at-home has outlived its purpose and continues to harm the very communities it claims to protect. The chants linking the protest to Kanu's release reflect how economic grievances intertwine with separatist aspirations. Looking forward, all eyes are on what happens next Monday, February 2, when the market is slated to reopen. If traders comply fully, including operating on Mondays, it could mark a breakthrough in phasing out the practice and signal stronger economic normalcy. Persistent defiance might trigger the threatened month-long closure, escalating economic pain and possibly leading to more protests or interventions. Broader engagement, perhaps through talks with market leaders, enhanced security assurances, or addressing underlying fears, could help bridge the gap. The outcome will likely influence similar efforts in other southeastern states, where ending sit-at-home remains a priority for governance and growth. As this situation in Onitsha continues to evolve, it reminds us how deeply economic realities and historical grievances shape daily life in the Southeast. If this report has you reflecting on these challenges, show your support, give it a like, share your perspective in the comments on resolving such standoffs, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of stories impacting communities across Nigeria. On Confirm Street News, now waiting we hear with a report, but be sure say na confirm. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll bring you the latest as developments emerge. Take care.